As we close this honor tour today, I just want you to know, as these veterans have numerous times with not only their words but their actions defended this great country, and through their actions have said, I'm all in, and just as you've chanted back, you're all in, I want to tell you, being all in takes courage. I remember doing some historical research on different wars around the world, and somehow or another, I ended up reading about medical treatment on the battlefield. I read about how MASH units would be set up and they would begin to triage wounded soldiers. I was intrigued because it was a very interesting way that they took care of the soldiers that had been wounded when they had the moment. There was a nurse I read about, her name was Mary. Mary had no idea that she would end up being a nurse on a battlefield amidst a tent taking care of people that have been hurt by shrapnel and ammunition. As people would come in, soldiers wounded into that triage unit, a doctor doing quick assessments or somebody else would go through, and they had 3 tags that they would give to the soldiers that had been wounded. The first tag was green. That green tag would simply be hooked near the foot or the boot, and if it was green, it simply meant they were not critically wounded. They could rest, and in time, when the time allowed, they could be serviced and be taken care of, but their injury was not critical. Then there was the red tag. The red tag means this person still has hope. This person still has life. It's critical. If we do not get to them now, they're going to die. We must get to them now. And because of sheer numbers of the wounded, there was a third tag. The third tag was blue. If a soldier was wounded and came in, they would take that blue tag and then they would put it on the boot. And then if a doctor walked by, if they saw green, they would skip them because they would be okay. If they saw red, it was all hands on deck to salvage that light. And if they saw blue, it's tragic as it was, they said they're beyond hope. There's not the ability to help them. They've bled out too much. So Mary was walking the line trying to provide as much urgent and acute care as she could to all of the red tags and give comfort and kindness to those that had the green tags. But there was this one person who was laying on a gurney with a blue tag, and every time Mary walked by that person, she felt her heart beat that something was amiss. She could hear him moaning. She could hear him breathing. And she's like, how did he get tagged? Blue, we got to get help here. She can't deviate protocol. There's too many reds there. So Mary did what I think you would have done, Lincoln. Mary reached over and grabbed a red tag and walked over, and when nobody was looking, she pulled the blue tag off, put the red tag on, and then began to scream, come now, we have a red tag, we have a red tag. The doctors rushed over. They couldn't believe that they had missed that person because, well, their tag was blue, and they serviced this person and resuscitated them back to life, giving them the infusion of blood and hope and courage and everything needed. What if that person is sitting here today? What if that person was standing behind you with a veteran of foreign war hat with pins in a Starbucks? What if that person was your grandfather? Honor takes a whole new height. I'm privileged to be part of the Lincoln community, as Kevin said, because I know you are all in. But when you're all in, it's not just on the battlefield or in the armed service. You listen to me, zebras. You got to be all in for your classmates. Do you realize every day you walk these halls, you have the ability to look at someone who's been given up on, someone who's been forgotten, abandoned, orphaned by their own classmates, and you, because they're in your class, you have the ability to say, no, 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 you won't treat them isolated. You won't treat them as if they've been blue tagged. Everybody on this campus needs to be green tagged, filled with life and hope. That's why we're here. We believe in Lincoln. We believe in the greatness and the character that you have. I want to tell you, every time you see a person who has served this country in their armed services, you just remember somebody may have just changed their tag. On behalf of Battle for Veterans, Kevin Bracey, my name is Jason Harper. Thank you for letting me be part of your day.